Ooh, look what we got here, finally. Oh, another package too. So, this just came. Oh, that don't look good. Hopefully that's not a problem. I'll have to look into that. Let's go ahead and break this open. You know what this is, right? Better.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
Alright, so this is the cover that I've been waiting for to temporarily take care of the truck until we get our cap back. And it's also kind of the test to see if we wouldn't mind having a tonneau cover permanently. Now this one's a soft cover, so we can't do a soft cover permanently for security reasons, obviously. But as far as just having a cover on there versus having the cap, this will give us a good idea if we could maybe go that direction. We all seeking the truth. That's still connected there. Oh, one piece of tape. So far, so good. Oh, it's in a bag. I was going to say, I don't remember the material being made of this or being advertised that be made out of that. Some weather stripping that I shouldn't have to use because of what's already on the truck. And the reason they give you this bag is because of how easy it is to take off the truck and, you know, just keep it in your garage if you don't need it. Yeah, you can see the tarp that I threw on there. It did its job. I can't say anything bad about that. Let me open this door, if it'll open. Whew. Yeah, hearing the door snap, it's because it's frozen. The hinges are frozen. That's how much water and rain we were having. Yeah, it's not that bad. The good news is the sun's going to be out for I don't know how many days, and we need it. It's supposed to be sunny and in the 40s for like 4 days in a row here, which is really good for December. You know, that's a pretty decent amount of temperature for the month of December, the end of December. And the fact that we have sun with no rain, no snow in the forecast for, like I say, 4 days straight, that's almost unheard of. It happens, though. It happens. So I figured I'd do this, and of course we'll be able to dork around with the RV a little bit more once all that snow's melted off of top of it, which seems like it's getting done. Like I said, it's a shame that I have to go through all this just because of a leaky cap, but you guys know that story. Let me get this done. All right, guys, easy peasy. It's all installed, and I think it's going to do the job for the time being. Now, like I said, this will give me a good chance to try out a tonneau cover for a while and see if it's something I want to do. See if I want to go this route instead of having a bed cover or a cap, I should say. Yeah, this is okay. I looked at it, like I said, it's so easy to install, and it folds up. I'm sure this will go away after a while, these marks where the hinges are. But yeah, it's tied up against the tailgate. I'm shocked. I had to put some silicone on there so it helped seal a little bit. But yeah, I'll be able to actually use the truck again. Go figure that out without a bunch of water getting back there. And it looks pretty good. It doesn't look bad. Again, for temporary, for sure, I don't mind this at all. However, if we were getting into something permanent and I got rid of the cap, I would definitely be looking at a hard cover of some kind. I would like to have a folding one for sure, but honestly, as far as the main thing I want is it to be waterproof. And I know they make them that basically cover everything, including like the tailgate back here. It's, you know, a cover, a real cover. I got to work on this back window, maybe clean it up real well, and maybe see if I can put that static stuff in there, because I can't stand the glare of what's coming through that window as I drive down the road. But as far as the cover's concerned, it's nice. And you just flip a couple levers and this folds up and then folds up again. And if it's still in your way, it's just 2 clamps, no tools for any of this. It's just 2 more clamps and the whole thing comes off. And you can put it in that bag and put it away. I better move this out of Heidi's way so she can get in here tonight. That's going to be it for now. We'll pick this up another time, and hopefully all the snow will be gone. And it'll be a little bit warmer and quieter too. God, that truck was loud. Talk to you guys later. We'll pick this up in I don't know. Let's see when. Who knows how many days? 3, 2, 1. Bam! It's the next day. Got some work I might be doing. Let's see. So it's definitely warmer out today. We're definitely in the upper 30s. Window tint. Now I got some cheap window tint because I want it to be removable. So I got the truck unlocked. Oh my God, it's messy back here. Oh, and that window's filthy. I don't even know if I want to do this, to tell you the truth. So the deal is these trucks, to release this back on the Super Duties and even the F-150s. I said I did a video on it. This is an extension that I added, which I don't think we can get to quite yet because I got junk here. So let me straighten up some of this crap. And I got to clean this back window. You're supposed to clean on both sides and use the other side. Listen, I don't want any of that. I just want to get some stuff up here and that's it. Man, it looks easy enough because there's such a black frame all the way around. I can hide a mistake easily and I can just throw it up there. But hell, I don't even know if I have a squeegee anymore. It's been so long since I did window tint. All right, let me look. Well, my wish came true. Back when I had an Isuzu Amigo years ago, I had transferred shops from Ohio to Florida. And on the way down, I stopped to take a little nap. And I needed some kind of shade to block the window. That's unnecessary. So anyways, I bought these shades, and then I have another one actually, it's still in there, and I forgot where they were. I was actually asking Heidi where they were, and come to find out, once I put the seat back on the truck, they were stored behind there in a bag. So yeah, these are my tiki dolls, or whatever you want to call these things, and I used them every day I was in Florida at that shop because we of course had a lot of sun, and that the Amigo wasn't tinted. The windows slightly tinted, but not enough. So I forgot I even had them. These things are from 2000 and let's see, I guess that would be about 2006. I'm surprised that I still had them though. So I just crammed them in between the trim and the windows in here, which I'll show you real quick. The truck now, of course, is kind of messy. Oh, and I meant to show you this too. This is the bracket that I installed. You guys that watched my video already know, but yeah, Built Right Industries, it's a bracket that allows you to release your seat back a little bit easier. So if you guys don't have that, I'll put the link down below. You can click on that. As far as these shields, I have no idea. They're called something Axius Magic Shade, Sunshade. So this will do the job. I don't need to see out the back window. This will be perfect. So hopefully they stay up there okay. Not bad. That's awesome. I don't have to tint the I don't have to tint the windows. I can just pull those out whenever we get a cap or whatever we decide. Now, if we decide we're going to go with a hardcover, now I've been looking at a lot of hardcovers. I love the idea that this one flips up. I've looked at all the tonneau covers, and I can find a review somewhere that somebody says their cover leaks in it. I think Heidi's still leaning towards the cap. But this does open up some opportunities as far as, again, if we go with something different, it'll be a little bit lighter weight, and we might be able to store gasoline in the back, maybe an auxiliary gas tank. When we get to the gas station, then I could lift the cover and reach in and fill the auxiliary tank, or I can pull off to the side of the road and open the cover and pull the auxiliary tank handle and hose out and fill my tank from it. I mean, that's a thought. This is a gas engine, so you get diesel guys that all chime in and say, oh yeah, they make replacement tanks or they make auxiliary tanks. They're for diesels. Now they do make a universal tank that can go in the bed of this for a gas truck and a diesel truck. But as far as a replacement tank, buying a replacement tank that you take that tank off and you put on a 50, a 75, a 100-gallon tank or whatever, those are diesels. You can't do them for gas. The EPA's all over, I guess, these manufacturers to the point where they don't want to touch it. However, again, I'd mentioned before, I did see a guy, one of the manufacturers, say that they were going to start manufacturing a replacement tank for an F-150. Hopefully that may translate over into the heavy-duty trucks. We're getting ready to have Heidi get off work around 5 o'clock today, and then she's going to be off all day tomorrow. We got a lot of running around to do, and we have an announcement that we need to make, and we're going to do it probably on its own separate video, but it's going to be about us in a meetup next summer. So if you guys want to schedule that, or you want to watch that video, stay tuned. Good news is I get to return that window tent. Wonder if the manager of the auto parts store will take it back. I don't have a receipt. Maybe I'll give her a little smooch on the cheek and she'll give it to me. All right, guys, I'm going to close this out. Actually, I think, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and just post this video for you guys. Why not? It's a short one, relatively. Oh, I know what I can do. See? See? You got me talking. Let's go in the RV real quick. Well, before we go in the RV, let me tell you what I was talking with someone else. First of all, not all RVs leak. Some of them are okay. See how this snow and ice is built up on this leading edge? That could cause a problem where the water doesn't want to drain where it's supposed to. It may go somewhere else. I had that situation right up here. I had a lot of ice build up right at the top of this seam. I don't know if you can see that. And I don't know if that's what helped the water get inside. And you can see, you know, the frame, you know, it's pretty much all the way around. But I guess water could have got in. So what we're going to do here is head inside the RV. It's pretty pleasant in here now, you can tell. Even this room. 45. I gotta put batteries in there. Oh yeah, I forgot the slide was out. That's funny. I was gonna walk around the slide. So let's see if we got any water situations going on here still. This is the screen. I left it out. I think that was just an isolated case, but I could be wrong. Let me see here. Yeah, see, oh, there's water here. There's water all the way to here. You see that? Yep, it's coming in the window still. Awesome. I'm kind of glad this is happening. Well, I'm not glad that I have a leak, but there's water definitely coming in. It actually made it to the floor. I know you guys can't necessarily see this, but it did make it to the floor, and it is coming that window. And yes, this is all under warranty. I mean, we just got to get hold of the manufacturer or the dealer and tell them our RV's leaking. I'm sure they'll take care of it. But if it's something I can take care of, if you guys don't know, these things come off really easy. But this will give me a better idea. I'll just leave this off now. This will give me a better idea, maybe, of where the water's coming in at. Yeah, it's the same place. It's right here. Now, some of you had said maybe the water's coming through, you know, look up. It's higher. It could be higher. It could be leaking higher. Well, I believe that's a possibility, but I don't believe that's what's going on here. I had to put this here because my feet got wet a little bit. So this water here is on the outside. There's nothing here at all. I mean, I can see it's very, very dry. Yeah, there's just nothing up here. So it could be that the seal is leaking on the outside up top, running down in between the frame and then coming out here. I'm not exactly sure, but there is water here. I'll show you again, just like I did last time. The old paper towel test. Yeah, you can see. Definitely got water there. So it's something that I might just have to tighten these screws, or tighten the screws on the outside if there are such things. Let me feel out there. No, it could be that this just needs sandwiched more. Could be that there's a gasket issue that's on the outside there. Could be that I just need to put a little silicone or urethane up there. I mean, it could be numerous things. All right, so don't feel sorry for us. Glad we got those people that sympathize with us, saying, "Oh, it's so bad, that you got problems with your RV and that." Everybody's got problems with the RVs. It's not a big deal. There's no reason to get upset about it or stomping your feet. This is minor. I would have a problem if I was. I'll tell you what I'd have a problem with, and if I had a problem with one of the axles being a little bit crooked and like one tire, losing all its tread while the other three still had plenty of tread, I would have a problem with that for sure. That's something I would have to complain about. If I had a problem with one of the brakes never working on the axle, or major electrical problems or something, yeah, all that I would have problems with. But this, no big deal. This is minor, and these are not known to leak, guys. These RVs are not known to leak at all. Again, because of the way they're constructed, everything's laminate. I mean, it's real thick. I mean, this is... I don't know what to say. I'm not putting dents in the roof or nothing, and you can do that, I mean, everywhere. It's like that on the outside, the inside. It's solid. Everything is solid. Now, these walls here are thin. Well, you can hear even this thing. And I can move this. I can even move this. Yeah, this wall here is thin. This is thin. This one's thin. This one's thin. Of course, the one in the bedroom. Those are wood. Those are all wood here. But well, that's the door. But these are thinner. But as far as the main structure and all the sides of the slide, including the underside of the slide, is really nice too. Yeah, these are solid. This is a very, very solid RV. That's why we wanted to get it. It's just made very, very well. And all the corners, all the seals. I mean, they do a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't. Let me show you. Look around the surround even for the air conditioning unit. They've got a silicone bead all the way around. All this trim, I mean, it's pressed in really nice and tight. You can see that it dips and moves and all that stuff because they've got it glued pretty much all the way up in alongside there. It's contoured really nice. One thing we didn't like, but it's okay, I guess, is the walls inside here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. The walls have like dark patches on them. And we couldn't figure out what that was. All these pieces of trim, when they put them on, they put a real light bead of silicone behind them before they put them on. And those dark patches is where they touched it. You can kind of see it down there a little bit. It's where they touched it with their hands, and they had silicone on their hands. But I like the fact that all these trim pieces have a little bit of silicone on them before they're adhered to the panel. Same here. You can see there's a nice bead of silicone all the way around. It looks very, very professional when they do that. Back here, I don't know if these vents have that. Oh yeah, they do too. This one's got a clear silicone bead all the way around. Just nice touches like that. So when we were there, we watched them pressure test the RVs. And they leave a door open, and they got this big door, fake door, that has a fan on it. And the fan pressurizes the entire inside of the RV, and the guy goes around and he sprays it with this soapy water. And wherever these big bubbles are at, he marks, and then they come and fix them. The people, let's say the window in the back had big bubbles coming out of it. Whoever installed the big window in the back, he calls them, they move the RV over to the bay, not the inspection bay that he's at, but the bay right next to it, and they come up and they fix the window. And he told us during the seminar, or the, shouldn't say seminar, although it was kind of seminar, during the tour, that whoever causes the issue, they fix it. And he said, we have completely tore down, unconstructed the entire RV to replace stuff that was bad right there in the shop. I mean, to the point where they would take off the roof. I mean, they would do all kinds of stuff. And he said, we want to make it right before it goes out. I thought that was really cool. So we know that they pressure test them. This might be just a minor leak that we'll hunt it down. We'll figure it out. Like I said, maybe when Heidi's off tomorrow, it's supposed to be nice weather here. When I say nice, it's going to be in the 50s. It's going to be sunny. Maybe I'll pull the truck up and give her something to stand on. And maybe we'll take this window out and take a look at it. Okay, so I got off the phone with Ruff's. Man, I love dealing with those guys. So far with Ruff's RV, I've had good luck with them. So I called him. I spoke with Joe. Dean, who was in charge of service, I guess got hurt. Dean, if you're watching this, I hope you get better. As I mentioned to Joe, at our age, stuff like that happens. You start thinking about, well, maybe I should just retire. It's sad. But anyways, I guess Dean had a fall, and he has been out for some time now, since like June or July. So anyway, spoke with Joe. Joe stepped up, and he told me that if I can't locate the problem, which I told him I wanted to look myself, he said definitely, get it up there. If it's something that's noticeable right away, they should be able to have us in and out. If not, leave it, and then, I'll have to come back for it. But they weren't saying like, oh, we're backed up and you're going to have to wait, 2 weeks or, before we even can get you in here, and then it's going to be 4 weeks. They didn't say any of that. They were saying, bring it up, we'll take a look at it and work on it right away, and do what we can. So, of course, at that point, maybe they might have a problem that parts or something like that. But he told me, as one of our viewers said, and whoever said it, step up, take the credit. He said a lot of times all it is there's supposed to be a bead of silicone that is above all these things or around these things, and sometimes they forget, or sometimes they don't put enough of it. And like I said, we were just talking about the beads of silicone that were in here. He said that on a micro light that he just had not that long ago, which Rockwood makes, I think that's called a micro light. Anyways, he said that he had a problem with them not putting any silicone over the vent for the fan on the stove. He said that, he found that and that fixed the problem. So in my case, what is above this? What's above this window that I got to be concerned with? Well, when we go outside here and look, I've got, of course, the window itself. That's what I'm going to look at first. I didn't see any silicone, just my first initial view. I got a ladder out there. I didn't see any silicone that just stood out, so I got to look a little bit harder and see if there's something there that I'm not seeing. But right above that, probably about here, is an outdoor speaker on the outside. Looks like that's got a good amount of silicone all the way around it. I'll have to double check. Of course, the vent, the fan, and the vent, that's over off to the side, but it is above this window. So there's a chance that the water could have run, behind that and onto this frame and then out here. Above that, and I hope it's not that, is, of course, all along the roof, the gutter, and the awning itself. Now, I've got my air compressor running, and I got my big air gun. It's a 3-foot air gun that I'm going to try to blow all the snow and ice out of the gutter, because it's all blocked up along the gutter and on the awning itself, and not allowing the water to run out. Instead of the water running out either side, it's running over the awning and then dripping down on everything. So I'm going to try to clean that up, and that could be the problem. You would think that you should be able to have snow and ice and water build up on the roof and it not come in. However, whenever it doesn't flow the way that it's supposed to and drain off the way that it's supposed to, I mean, it's kind of like, the pop-up awnings that you guys buy. They shed water. They do a good job. But if it's a downpour, that water won't shed fast enough and it'll just break the awning. Same with the awnings on the RVs. That's why we tip the awnings, because if not, they'll get bellowed with water and they'll break. Even though they're designed to handle water and have water run off. If you don't have it tilted, it's not going to work. Well, it's the same here. If I don't have the drainage for the gutters and everything cleaned out, that water is going to find a place to leave the RV's roof. Gravity's going to make that happen. So anyways, that's the case. I came back in here to update you guys real quick, and I'm going to dork around with the window on the inside here. I might even remove the glass portion off of the frame so I can take a better look behind. But yeah, like I said, Joe up there is really good. Now, if you guys don't know, we're going to be going to the Cleveland IX Center. If you guys want to meet us up there, hang out with us, sure enough. And again, we'll have another meetup we'll talk about too. But yeah, that IX Center show is coming up kind of fast. We got to get our ducks in a row, that's for sure. All right, let me get to work. I also wanted to show you guys something else before I get to work here. Something that everybody likes to talk about, and I understand why, because I was very curious too. You can see, look at all the water running off this awning. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be coming out of the gutters. There's more water coming off of the awning than there is the gutters. It's because they're all blocked up. All right, back to what I was saying. This is something that everybody asks about. Double pane windows, thermopane windows, insulated windows, whatever you want to call them. See the glass? See how thick it is? I don't know if this is going to come out on camera very well, but it's probably 1/4 inch glass. Look at the piece behind. Look how thick that is. See how thick that piece of glass is? It is at least this thick and then some. That's the difference. That's the difference between the two. So if you don't know what the insulated window option gives you, it gives you that big piece, thick piece of glass that fits inside here. It's real close all the way around, so you get that much more glass. Again, I'm trying to hold the camera so you guys can see. There's the thickness of the regular. I know lighting's going to screw this up, but there's the thickness of the regular glass, and then this piece here. This piece here has got to be definitely thicker than the original piece of glass. So that's what you get with insulated windows. Okay, let me go shut off my drain valve on my compressor so I can blow all this ice and snow out of the gutter. Doesn't look like I'm going to take off this window because there's a screw I can't necessarily get to, and I can't see a reason why. I think there is some silicone missing there though. Look, I forced water in. I blew a lot of air. Look how much water I forced in. I'm almost positive that's the deal. I'm going to try this again and see if I can force some more water in. I got to dry this off first though. And if I can force water in, then we know where it's coming from. Okay, so I loaded it up with a bunch more water, and yeah, there's no doubt it's leaking through that window. And it's leaking in that one spot, so not a big deal. I have Heidi bringing home some silicone, and I'm going to go out there with the air gun. I'm going to blow on this a little bit and get this thing to where all the water it's going to leak is going to leak. And just be done with this. So you might be able to see something, maybe not, I don't know. But I'm gonna go clear it out one last time so it's dried out and I can put silicone in it. So not a lot came in. Oh well, I guess it did. Wow. Okay, let's get the visual for you guys so you can see this. Ready? Yeah, it leaked all the way across here, or on top of it. I can still see it streaming in there a little bit. So I cleaned it up real good. Instead of waiting for Heidi to come off work, I think I may run to the hardware store real quick and see if I can get some silicone to put on, because the hardware store is not that far away. Okay, ran down to the little hardware store. Actually, to the Dollar General. We got a new Dollar General, just got built. And I believe I got some stuff that'll work. It says indoor outdoor. It's a Loctite brand, and the store was just built, so I'm sure the inventory was relatively new. And it's warm, so yeah, this is the stuff here. Nothing special. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so I just put my hand in silicone again. That stuff is nasty, just like this stuff here. This has been on the, don't get me wrong, I could peel it off, but this has been on here since we did the roof of the old RV. So as you can see, the water, it's dripping on here, and now it's running over the window, which it was doing before, but some of it was seeping in. Well, I got a bunch of silicone in there all the way across. It should be fine. It can get wet like this. It's okay. It's not going to hurt it. It's not forcing its way in there. And I don't think we're going to go below freezing tonight, so that should be all right. Anyways, it's just hitting there and running off, just like the water ran off my finger when I was washing off the silicone. Another problem, though, it's not a problem, but I just don't like it. Why is there water coming in here? Where's that water coming from? It was up there by that door quite a bit coming in, so I tilted the RV even further, and now it's coming out here. Why? Why isn't it going the rest of the way? It's like it's riding behind the LED lights that are in there. So maybe it's entering up there, and I don't know. I just don't care for it. I mean, obviously, it is winter. I am bitching about something that probably won't even show its face in the summer. So even though I blew out a lot of that water, I think there may be still some in that frame. So I'm going to go in here one more time. Whew, getting my exercise today. So I'm going to dry it up here one more time, and hopefully no more water comes in from that frame, which, like I said, there could be some built up in that frame still. I don't know. We'll find out, though. So what will happen is, as this dries overnight and water continues to try to come in, I'm going to check this tomorrow. I think what's going to eventually happen is whatever water might be trapped in here, it's going to disappear. And then once I don't see any signs of leaks at all in here, I'll start pouring a bunch of water on the outside, right on the spot where I put silicone, and then check it again to see if it comes in. If it doesn't come in, then at that point I'm going to start pouring a bunch of water on the other things that are around, like the speaker up above that's getting doused. This is all dripping off the outdoor speaker, and also the vent, the hood vent for the fan here for the stove. I don't think that it's coming in either one of those, but you got to start with what you know. And I know that I could see that there was some sort of a gap there, and every time I put water there, water came in here. So we'll let this thing dry out. Like I said, it'll probably be 24 hours or so before that silicone's cured. I know it's 24 hours, maybe longer because it's a little bit colder out. But anyways, one of those processes. I think it's fixed. I could be wrong. Let me turn this light off, but I think it's fixed. All right, so I'm closing out this video. Hopefully it didn't go on too long. Hopefully I chopped it up. I didn't show you all the steps or none of that stuff, but you get the idea of what's happening. Again, we're going to have an announcement basically of 2 places we'll be going. So if you guys want to meet up with us, the one, is the IX Center. We already know that. And the other one is a surprise. And I think I'm going to have Heidi do a video with me on Sunday to talk about that. But anyways, as always, guys, we hope to see you out there. Bye.